Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolessence and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at a fragrance by the company Christian Dior. This one is called Dior Homme Parfum, so stay tuned. Now this fragrance was released in 2014. The perfumer for this one is François Demachy, and a lot of us are familiar with the Dior Homme line. There's Dior Homme, Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Cologne, and then there are several different reformulations or variations of each one, and this one has one of the highest ratings on Fragrantica. It's like a 4.5 out of 5, so I'm excited to talk to you about this one. But before I start the review, I just want to thank Notino.com. They are the sponsor of this video. If you are interested in purchasing this fragrance, you may do so at Notino.com. I'm going to leave all of their information down below to where you can buy it. I use Notino all the time. Very hard to find niche and designer fragrances can be found on their website, and they have really affordable prices, and they always have a coupon floating around, so definitely make sure to check them out. Let's go ahead and start off the review by taking a look at the presentation. So here are the box and bottle. Really cool. I love the dark juice on the inside, although I probably wouldn't spray it on a white shirt, but I like the attention to detail, the Christian Dior logo at the top. The cap does click into place, and the atomizer is one of the best. If you press down hard, you spray a lot. If you press down softly, you spray out a little bit. I like the atomizers where you can control how much you spray. Let's go ahead and continue the review by taking a look at the smell. Now this fragrance has a very interesting blend of notes, and it's quite different from its predecessors as well. There's only one note that's listed in the official note breakdown that it's going to give it a bit of a sweet smell, and that is the note of ambrette or muskmallow. My experience with that note is it kind of makes fragrances smell a bit like pear. You're not really going to get that from this scent. As a matter of fact, I was quite surprised when I looked at the note breakdown and I saw that it contains agarwood and rose, and then I thought to myself, okay, so maybe they're going for more of a Middle Eastern kind of a vibe. This fragrance does not smell like a Montal fragrance, most of which do smell a lot like they're Middle Eastern inspired. This one, you're not really going to get that. It does have this Tuscan iris note. It also had this leather note up on top that really gives it that oomph and that really strong, robust power behind it. Now, I personally like Dior Homme Intense because it is a bit on the sweeter side. I think Dior Homme, very contemporary. It has a metrosexual vibe. It's kind of gender bender. Usually florals aren't for men, right? But Dior Homme does it brilliantly. And this one just took that iris note and brought it to a new level. Now, I always used to say, you wear Dior Homme in the daytime, you wear Dior Homme Intense in the nighttime. Now, when do you wear this one? Actually, this one can be switched up with Dior Homme Intense. If it's something that's a bit casual and you want it to be a bit sweeter, then go for Dior Homme Intense. If it's something a bit more formal, you want to leave a lasting and stronger impression. If you want to come off a little bit more sophisticated and mature, I would go with Dior Homme Parfum. This is a wonderful scent. It has a sweetness, it has the iris, it has the leather note in here, but it's not aggressive or rough and tumble, but it complements the fragrance perfectly. Then you have the agarwood, the rose. This is the most sensual fragrance in the Dior Homme line. So I'm saying that right now. Let's finish things off with my assessment. Now, in terms of uniqueness, I like how seemingly it's going to smell similar to other Dior Homme fragrances, but one thing that I really like about this line, whether you're smelling Dior Homme, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme Parfum, even Dior Homme Eau, they all have something different about them that would warrant a purchase. So it's not this sort of cash cow money grab scheme where they just, release a subtle variation of each one or just add a little bit of citrus on the top to make it a little more sparkling. That's not what they're doing here. All of them do smell different from one another, which I think is the reason why so many people go out there and they collect all of the Dior Homme fragrances the same way they collect all of these Thierry Mugler fragrances, because they do smell different from one another, different enough to warrant a purchase. Listen, performance on this one, I got 8+ hours longevity. Projection on this one, it did radiate within an arm's length for about 2 to 2.5 hours, which is incredible. Versatility, I would not wear this one casually. Unless you're that addicted to the smell, then be my guest. You can find it discounted on Notino.com like I mentioned before, so this one you could spray with abandon, but I would wear this in a high-end scenario. I would also wear this one in the colder weather, and I do think it's unisex despite the fact that it's marketed for men. And then last up presentation, I like the gold embellishments. And final verdict on this one, it's one of my favorite scents. I actually like this a lot more than Dior Homme, which I consider to be a masterpiece. I really do think it is. I think Francois Demachy is doing a phenomenal job as the in-house perfumer over at Christian Dior, and this one is a gem in their collection. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my review of Dior Homme Parfum by Christian Dior. If you own or have tried this scent, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. And once again, I would like to give a very special thank you to Notino.com for being the sponsor of this video. Remember, subscribe for future videos, and don't forget to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way you never miss any of my future content. So remember, I smell well so you can smell good, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.